What's up, YouTube? All right, so got the truck in the shop. We're getting ready to do some stuff to it. Let's take a look at what's going on, and I'll show you what I got going on. I'm hitting steering right here, so this is getting changed out. I'm replacing my tie rod. I'm going to go with a flat pitman arm. We might have to notch some of the frame out for the flat pitman arm, but my box leaks. It's really sloppy. That's all cut up. That's going to get fixed. See what's going on kind of here. Got a new pump because that one down there is leaking. That's getting ready to get mounted. So that gives you an idea of what's going on here. So let's move over. Don't mind my mess. There we go. We're going to be putting Hydro Assist on Red Rum. So let's get into it. So got the old tie rod out, and we're going to adjust the tie rod ends to close to where the old one was, because I knew that one drove straight. So get that done. So I actually did get a lot done last night. I got everything ripped out except for the cooler, which my son's taking care of now, so we can swap the cooler out. Did break the adjuster bolt for the power steering bracket, but luckily I found one, so I'm good. So new tie rod's already kind of in. It's not tight or anything. Steering box is out. Power steering pump is sitting there and out, so that's got to go back in with a new one and make a mount for the reservoir. Why are you taking that out? Oh, okay. 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 All right, cool. So yeah, and if that doesn't work, I've already figured might run hood pins. I don't care. So yeah, that's where we're at. We got a lot of fab work going on. My fab guy's here, so he's gonna probably knock that out here in a little while. But we're gonna get it done and catch up with you in a little bit. All right, so I took the old cooler, well, it was a trans cooler I was using for power steering. That came out, and now we have the new PSC cooler in. I just use those little push-through zip-tie dealios because, well, they work. So next, we're gonna try to get this mocked up because that's, well, no, that is probably gonna land somewhere in here. So we got to figure out where that's gonna go. Also using a flat pitman arm, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna probably hit the frame, so we're gonna have to notch the frame. But that's where we're at now. Let's let me get that mocked up in place and see. I know you guys seen the hack job that was here, so I just cut all that out. I still have some metal that's hitting this area, so I need to try to see if I can pull the box and, I don't know, maybe do some notching around that. Hopefully my fab guy can fix this, because I'm just cutting things out of the way right now. I guess that's the way you do it, right? You cut it out and figure out a way to put metal back. That's fab work, right? All right, so there we go. Everything is hacked out of the way. It looks beautiful, if you want to call it that. So, I mean, we might have to fix a few things here and there, but we finally got enough room around here. We might not get a wrench on there, might have to put a fitting on and then put the box on, but you know, that's what happens when you customize shit, right? Yeah, sure. But there we go. All right, so I got some of the stuff together here. You see the tie rods hitting the frame there, so I'm getting ready to notch that out. So we have some clearance there, and I'm gonna blind you guys with the light. So let me get to doing that. I'll give you another angle here, and it's not bad. I'm going to take a little extra out just to, you know, well, extra room for other reasons, but whatever. But we're coming along steering box is not bolted in. We're still mocking everything up. So yeah, still got all that, but moving right along here. So we'll catch up with you in the next one.
Yeah, over at.
All right, so we're notched out. So I'm waiting for my welder to stab some metal in there, and we're golden on that part. There we go, a little outside view action. I don't know what's up with the light, but it sucks here. But we're getting there.
He is a fabricator as well.
What processes?
MIG and stick. I can't do TIG.
I can see anything on the sheet.
What's going on?
I got the wire. I can't see. Do you shoot?
Probably ain't gonna show up very well on this camera. Yes, my kid can weld all right. Huh. Still a lot better than mine. All right, so we ran into another little, I guess, issue, whatever. So here, let me show you what we got going on. So here's my pump, all right? This is the bracket that's supposed to bolt to the side of the block, bolt the pump on. This bolt, this is the factory bolt, that doesn't fit in there, so we're gonna go with a smaller bolt. However, if I can figure out my camera here, I'm not good at this anymore, or at all, never have. There's a little bit of gap there. So what we're gonna do, this bolt fits. This is an M8, should be sufficient enough. That fits in there. I already started grinding on it, but I'm gonna grind that down. I know it's cast, whatever. We're gonna weld the nut on the back there, so that way that bolts on. So let me get this done and I'll show you what I got going on. All right, so that's the idea. We're gonna weld that nut to this bracket. Yeah, I know it's cast, probably needs to be heated, blah, 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 blah. We're not gonna do that, but it's just a nut. So yeah, I think that's gonna work. Full send now. All right, brackets welded up. So let's get that on and together. All right, so that's mounted. I got to get a pulley on it and the belt and the rest of the stuff. So making a little progress at a time. There you go. There was a few modifications. Like I said, I showed you the bracket. You can kind of see that down there. That's not going to cause any issues, I hope. And then, yeah, I had to change out the bolts to M8s because the stock bolts were too big for the PSC pump. So I don't know if that's anybody else had that issue or whatever, but that's what I had to do. But I was able to use the stock bracketry, just change out some bolts, and wham, bam, thank you, man, I'm done. All right, so the end of day one, we have a pump installed. The belt's a little looser than I want it to be, but I don't know if you can see that, but it's maxed out. I've even modified it, shaved some out of it. I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. I'm going to figure that out to see if I can get a little more tension on that belt. But we got that installed. Got that cooler installed. We got the, if I can get to it, hold on. I got the redhead box with flat pitman arm kind of installed. Nothing's tight yet, but it's still in mock-up stage. I'm gonna come in the morning, get it aligned, and then we're gonna start putting a ram on. And once we get the ram on, we still gotta get the lines and everything on. We don't really have any lines. I got something in my eye. Yeah. Anyway, get the lines installed, get everything bled. you know, it's just the way it goes. You know, I did struggle on a few things. That's also why I didn't video that. We kind of had a little shop party here, and a lot of people were standing around bullshitting. So it's just the way it is around here. So see how much I can get done tomorrow, and yeah, we'll get back at it. All right, got the reservoir mounted. I put some what are those things called? Carriage bolts in here with some clips, and just ran them in upside down. I'm gonna lop these off and clean them up a little bit, but I think that's gonna work. Took me a minute to figure that out because I was trying to put bolts down with nuts on the bottom, but there was no way to reach under there to get to a nut. So this was the easiest method, and it worked. So on to the next project. And there we go. I lopped the rest of that bolt off and flushed it out. That way, you know, it's no taller than these. So hood is shut. So, yep, good. All right, got the alignment done this morning. Got the ram mocked up and tacked in. So let's take a look. All right, so we're tacked in. Got plenty of clearance both ways. We've already checked all that. Even, you know, twisting the tie rod and everything. Plenty of clearance. I think I'm going to run the hoses on the back side, kind of keep them protected. However, I did find another little issue that we're going to have to take care of. We need to clearance more for the flat pitman arm, but otherwise everything's looking good. So let's get back to it. Not too bad. All right. Got a couple more to go. Yep. Awesome. All right, so what we got going on, I kind of cut it up, notched it, sent it up a little bit, and we're getting ready to weld it back together, and hopefully,
Casey!
hopefully we can clear there now. It's gonna be tight, but here we go. This is how you make custom things. If it's in the way, you cut it, move it, weld it.
Well, I'm trying to build it so I can help bridge this gap here.
Yeah, I did make one hell of a gap there for you to fill. Look at that ugly ass gap.
I gotta build it right here, and then.
But who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know.
I'm gonna know because I'm gonna be the one that's welding it.
All right, we're at the end of day 2.5 and maybe some, no, 2 and some, whatever. This is the second full day we've worked on this. Got everything mounted, ready to go. Only thing I need now is to put lines on and get it bled. Unfortunately, no one's open right now to do lines, so I gotta wait till tomorrow, which is Monday, but I have to work tomorrow, so it's gonna be tomorrow evening. But we'll get to it when we get to it. So, but we've made good progress on this Hydro Assist and trying to fix steering arms and stuff. I do plan on painting all of this stuff too, so that's got to get done. But otherwise, just trying to button a few other things up now, and we'll see what we can get done later. Not quite done. We're making some push lock hoses for the returns right now. I've got my lines mocked up for my ram. I'm doing crimp style hoses on that, so I'm going to have those made by a hydraulic shop here in town, and that'll have to be tomorrow because they're closed today. So continuing on. All right. It looks like we accomplished what we was trying to accomplish. No tie rod hitting. The ram has plenty of room. The oil pan. It's like we knew what the fuck we were doing here. And a lot of people said that my ram was going to hit my oil pan. Well, it's not. I got plenty of room here, plenty of room there. Sweet. Look at that. Nice. All right, so I got everything together. Everything is bled out. I've been driving it for a day now. And everything seems to go good. No issues yet. Now a lot of this is ugly. We're getting ready to do an overview of what we accomplished here, and I'll show you everything that I did and used, and try to explain a little bit, I guess. But we got it going good, and steers great, and I highly recommend it if you're running 40s on any vehicle: Jeep, Chevy, Dodge, Suzuki, whatever. This isn't just a Toyota thing, but Hydro Assist is the way to go if you have big tires. So let's take a look. All right, let's start with the pump here. So it is a PSC pump. PSC smaller pulley. I did have to get a new belt. The tag for the part number is in my toolbox, but if you want it, I can give it to you in the comments. The hoses we had made from a local company. I know that one's kind of rubbing on the fender well. I need to put some sheathing on it. Otherwise, that's good to go. I mounted the reservoir. Let's see if I can get this camera turned around. Can you see that? Can you see that? No, hoses in the way. Let's try another way here. There we go. There we go. Don't look at my ugly wiring. I gotta fix that. Oh God, I can't get the camera right. How do YouTubers do this? I need a stabilizer or something. So, yeah, there's the reservoir. The way I mounted that, I've got carriage bolts sticking up. I have little E-lockers under it, and then I just threaded a nut down on that and flush cut it off. So then we got an all new red head steering box that was plumbed for the Hydro Assist. I did go with a flat pitman arm because the curved one was knocking on my tie rod, as I shown earlier. So in order to do that, we had to, here, I'll just put my hand in the way. I suck at this. We did have to notch the frame and bend a part of it up. It is definitely not pretty. My son did weld all of that. So if it looks like a 16-year-old welded it, well, that's because he did. Super proud though. I mean, happy that my kid is learning how to do all that. Just like some of those are his welds right there. And that leads us to the ram. So there's the ram. I still need to paint everything. I'm waiting for some of this oil to leak out and go away, but I'm going to have to wash it, clean it. There's the pump from the underside view. I tried to modify the bracket to get more tension on the old belt, stock belt. That didn't work. I just decided to get a shorter belt after modifying the bracket, but it is what it is. The pump does use smaller hardware, and we had to modify the bracket as you've seen. So that got done. Some new tie rods there. Pay attention to what I'm doing here. I do still need a tie rod on that pitman arm. It's not great, but otherwise It is DUN. So yeah, there you go. So well, there you go. There's my experience with the PSC, and doing how I did it. This ain't how everybody does it. It may not be how you do it. Let me know how you would have done it differently. Let me know how you did yours. I'd like to know and see. And I know there's 100 ways to skin a cat, and some are right, some are wrong. And I don't know. I think we did all right. So we're going to send it until we can't. And when we can't, we'll figure out and go from there. I do have a few more projects coming up. Also some wheeling trips coming up. So I will get you more content. I know I took a break for a little while. Life kind of got in the way, and I don't get paid for this, so it's just a side hobby for right now. So, well, anyway, we'll catch you later, and we'll figure it out next time.